.700 winning percentage as general manager of the Buffalo Bisons. Are you ready to stop the season right now?
Yeah, I mean, to start this hot for a team and plays well and not just winning games squeaking by. We're putting up some runs, not allowing a lot of runs, playing good defense. Yeah, if we could just capture this and have it for every year, every month, that would be fantastic.
I know we're about 3 weeks into the season now, but since you and I last talked at the Winter Hot Stove event, a lot has gone on. So thought it might be a good chance to catch up a little bit and take fans through just what your role as general manager of the Bisons has been like the last couple of months. I can't imagine it's been easy with the potential of Toronto coming to town, and then what that might mean for the Bisons eventually then landing in Trenton.
Yeah, it's been a challenging few months. I mean, I know I'm not in I'm not in the minority on this. The COVID has been a challenging thing for every person out there, every single business, everything. So I'm not in the minority by any means, but it's been an interesting year for sure. Much more challenging than last year. Even though we lost the season last year, it was, at least we knew what we were getting into. We knew the Blue Jays were probably coming here. We didn't have a season. So all of our efforts were to getting them ready and coming here. This year, there's just been so many different variables between if the Bisons were going to come here, if the Bisons were going to go play somewhere else, if the Blue Jays were going to come here or not. So my focus has really had to change a lot through February, and Bison's playing in Trenton was certainly a challenge to get them ready, make that decision to have them go there instead of play here at Salem Field. So a whirlwind of a few months for sure. And from what I've been told from a lot of people, that they can see it in the grays in my hair now that are very prominent.
And that's something a lot of people can relate to, I'm sure, as well.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
You mentioned Trenton, and I just wanted to know what that kind of relationship has been like for yourself. And, for players, it might be easy. They're in the minor leagues, you go to a city, they don't live in Buffalo necessarily. They're just going to Buffalo for the summer. In this case, they're going to Trenton for the summer. So what are some of the things behind the scenes in part of your relationship with the Trenton organization that you've kind of had to develop on the fly here?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different scenarios this year. I mean, if people don't know, there was a new agreement between Major League Baseball and Minor League Baseball that, put a lot of different business, transition things and different challenges to our whole operation that in itself would have been, a huge undertaking to make all those changes that are now required as we are, a different part of Major League Baseball. So that in itself, to get Trenton aware and used to all those, the new nuances, because they did not get an affiliate. So towards the end, and where all these documentations, all the rules and regulations started to come out, they weren't necessarily getting them. So to take all of those requirements and let Trenton know, hey, you have to abide by all these rules and do these different things. Like I said, in itself, just the new PDL requirements, it was a huge undertaking. You had to fold in all of the COVID restrictions and rules and regulations. And I had Jeff Hurley, their general manager there. He and I became fast friends through all this, through this whole process. Once we knew we were going there, and for a while, he and I were talking every day, 5 times a day. And now we're kind of more on a text email thing. So things have been going pretty good, but to get them up to speed on what they needed to do was a big task.
And I joked about it with you right at the start, but the on the field product has been as good as the relationship maybe between Buffalo and Trenton. And, it's what you and I had kind of talked about last year about what the disappointment of there not being a baseball season was with somebody like Nate Pearson and add in Alek Manoah. The pitching seems to be very good, and the on the field product so far has been good. So that's, maybe one of the disappointments from a Bison fan perspective is they haven't been able to see those players yet in person.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we talked a lot about it last year. And through spring training, we were really excited. Like, oh boy, we got a staff. We have a really good team coming in here, and through the pandemic, we couldn't see them, and through all the changes this year and the Jays coming here, we can't see them again. But I'm tuning in MILB TV, just like hopefully our season ticket holders are. They got that free subscription. They're fun to watch. It's baseball at its best. It's good pitching, good defense, good hitting, timely hitting. And, it is too bad that we don't get to see them, but it's fun to still watch our guys play well. And, under the leadership of Casey Candell doing a great job. I don't know if there's a manager that's had a tougher task than Casey through all this stuff, but we certainly enjoy watching him play.
Yeah, that was one of another disappointment you add to it, that Casey's such a well-revered and well-remembered player from the fan base here in Buffalo. And earlier this week was the first chance that he got to wear the Buffalo uniform again as a coach or manager. And that relationship would have been special to see, at least to start here in 2021.
Yeah, there's so many different levels that you forget about through all this. And when he was announced as manager, I don't think I received more text messages, emails about anybody except for KC through all this stuff of saying, hey, that's awesome. He's one of our guys. He's a Bison legend. Great hire. Great. He's going to be, one of the best managers ever. And again, now he can't be here through all this through his first season, but hopefully next year he'll be, I don't know, there's no championship, but win the division at least and be back, and next year win a championship with the squad.
And as we've kind of alluded to, we're recording this, and the Blue Jays are currently playing their home games in Dunedin, but fans have been able to buy tickets now for a couple of days and continue to do so for games that'll be played here in Buffalo come June. How has the relationship with the Blue Jays maybe been different from last year to this, in terms of last year, so much had to come together in such a short period of time, where maybe this year, with all the projects going on and some time to plan it, has it been any different? Yeah,
there's been quite a few differences. I mean, we still had to get the core and building together for them. The players still need to play here, so those changes are astronomical, and something that our players, coaches, managers, everyone that comes through are going to get to enjoy for many years to come. So there was that portion that existed last year, but obviously the big change this year is, as you mentioned, fans can come to games now. So it became much more involved in that whole process, because it was a little bit different last year. We didn't have to worry about seats and concessions and ushers and ticket takers and any of those things. This year, all of those things that we normally do and are normally at the top of our list of making sure our fans are safe and enjoy their time at Salem Field, that we now had to really work with the Jays, educate them on how we do things, because they're really going to turn that operation, the actual running operation, over to our people and our staff members that we're going to help them with. But these will be the Jays policies and the MLB's rules and stuff. But we're a huge part to that, to really help them get through that. So we needed the extra time. I know it was a kind of a short time period that we had last year, only a matter of weeks that we needed to get the ballpark ready. But we didn't have to worry about suites. We didn't have to worry about the concourse, that we could have stuff all over the place in the concourse, batting cages, whatever. It didn't matter. This year we have to make sure it's clean, it's safe, it's family friendly, like we always pride ourselves on doing. So we certainly, like I said, we certainly needed the extra time in order to get the ballpark ready for everybody.
And that's a theme that you've talked about regularly, is when the ballpark would reopen to fans. It's something we talked about in February. It would be done in a safe environment in consultation, whether it be the city, the county, the state, all those entities helping the Bisons and now the Blue Jays figure out those plans and how to do it in the best, safest possible way.
Yeah, and it's we've had multiple plans go through, between okay, January or June 1st, we had kind of an idea. Okay, we're going to have X amount of fans, and then which are all good things though. Restrictions are loosening, and we can allow more people. Okay, so we'll make another plan, and as things continue on here, it seems restrictions keep loosening up. So it's really why the Jays came up with the idea of, hey, let's not go too far too fast. Let's wait on a lot of these things, because if we had done it and gone on sale right away, there are people that would not have been able to come to these games. We would have had less people, and we would have looked a little bit foolish of making those decisions too early. And now I think that plan is showing why we did it, why we waited, because we're really trying to get as many people in here and to enjoy this as possible, and kind of right that wrong from last year a little bit of Major League Baseball being here and no one getting to see it. So I think that is a benefit to all this.
And when fans are able to come into the ballpark and sit in their seats, they'll see a couple of changes both on the field, and there'll be changes off the field. So I just want to take a minute to go through some of those with you, because I know fans have been seeing them on local media reports, and the most immediate change is the bullpens will no longer be in foul territory. They'll be in right center field in that old power alley. So that's an exciting change.
Yeah, it looks weird. I'll be honest with you. I mean, after 15, 20 years being here, noticing the bullpens on the field and seeing them gone, it looks like something's missing, something's weird, but looks a lot cleaner and a lot nicer. The bullpens are coming along nicely. Laid some turf down, so it's interesting to see. It's cool, and it'll be that major league feel of watching a guy come running in from the bullpen and center field, and the pregame pitcher or the starter walking in from the outfield. That's always for me, it was always an iconic moment to watch that starter come in after getting done with his warm-up, pitching's coming into the dugout, and now we get to see that happen, and much more of a major league feel ballpark, which Salem Field has always been major league, but this just ups it a little bit more.
I guess in 2022, you've got to start working on the sponsorship of a bullpen cart to go from right center field to the field.
Absolutely, right? That's a great idea. Kick it old school with that.
Yeah, and now fans might see the tent out beyond right field in the parking lot. Not necessarily a tent. It's a permanent. It's a structure where the visiting team will be again this year, and that's because what fans may have seen of the clubhouses previously are now combined into one bigger clubhouse. And for fans that might not know, there's a big project continuing to go on up until the Blue Jays get here of making that a new state-of-the-art home clubhouse.
Yeah, and similar to last year, the visitors will be out in that area with a structure that I think I wouldn't mind living in for the rest of my life. By the looks of it, they're doing a fantastic job with that. I think the visitors will come in and they won't want to leave and go back to their home clubhouse, because I think this will be that good for them. But yeah, we kind of talked a little bit about it before, what the future Bisons, future coaches, future Jays will get to enjoy here is going to be a state-of-the-art facility that will set us far above beyond what the new Major League Baseball standards are for the clubhouse and for the workout areas, trainers' rooms, all those different things that are now required by Major League Baseball under this new agreement. This partnership with the Jays is going to set us, like I said, far beyond what we need to do for that. And we do look forward to, at some point when we can, and maybe hopefully in this off season, we can open up some tours and show some people what this is all about and what has been done and where all the work was done. And they will get lost if they've ever been down there for a first pitch or whatever, because I still get lost going down there, lose my bearings. I forget where I am, what room I'm in at this point, because it is all changed.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit inside is that once the Blue Jays, whether it's 2022 or if they go back to Toronto at some point this summer, there's a potential where the visiting clubhouse will become the home clubhouse, and what was the home clubhouse will be the new AAA visitors clubhouse. So, you might get lost now, and you might get lost later in the summer too.
Right. Absolutely. When we'll have to make some of these changes, because like you said, it will have to change again, because right now it's just one clubhouse down there for coaches and managers and players in another spot. But yeah, once all this goes back, and we'll need to prepare for Bisons 2022, we'll have to make those changes and see what best fits for us. And the Jays have been fantastic with that. They understand, like, hey, we're going to need to make a couple small tweaks to this to get it back to what we need it for. And those are part of the plans that we'll work on once this season comes to a close.
Anthony, I think I speak for a lot of fans when I say can't wait to see baseball at Salem Field again soon. Thanks for taking some time today, and we'll catch up again very soon. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Pat.